person.
If I'm Donald Trump, I am scared right now.
It's scary that the guy was the Solicitor General of the United States. Well, the truth is that one of the rulings today completely destroyed Congress's gross unconstitutional overstep in trying to obtain Trump's tax returns. So, yeah, the High Court did rule that the Manhattan DA, Cyrus Vance, could subpoena the tax documents, but it's not the stirring victory the left would have you believe. You actually have to read the opinions. Now, first, the case was remanded back to the lower court, where Trump's lawyers can make more constitutional arguments to draw out the case. And second, even if the court expedites its decision, the tax returns would go to a grand jury, meaning they'll still be secret. Now, in fact, the Manhattan DA may not see the president's tax returns for many more months or many more years. This is just harassment, come on. In other words, there's almost zero chance that Trump's taxes become public before the November election. Joining me now is John Eastman, Claremont Institute Senior Fellow, constitutional scholar, also Saul Wisenberg, former Deputy Independent Counsel. So, you say this isn't really the win that Vance in New York thinks it is. Why?
Well, even though President Trump and the DOJ lost on their overall legal argument, remember, all the court said was that the president does not have absolute immunity from state criminal processes. But that's kind of a theoretical question, Laura. They then sent it back to the lower courts, as you say, and President Trump is free to say, all right, but in this particular instance, this subpoena is a problem. This subpoena, for example, is nothing but a retaliatory effort to interfere with my executive powers. They're still free to make any argument they want with respect to the particular subpoena. Why was it issued at this particular time? Why exactly do you need these tax returns? So, yes, they lost on their legal points, which I don't think most people thought they were going to win on anyway. But as a practical matter, I think it's a win, certainly in the short term.
John, your thoughts on this? This seems like this opens the door in a way for any rogue state AG or DA to harass the President of the United States anytime they have an ideological dispute, not just part bad motives on all Democrat DAs, but it certainly opens up a can of worms down the road for other presidents, perhaps.
Well, it does open it up, perhaps, but I agree with Saul, and that's not what I mean, I was watching the news today, and I wondered whether the news reports were reading the same opinion I was reading. I mean, I think the Chief Justice and the large majority of the court went out of its way to try and prevent that kind of rogue district attorney from harassing the president. He said the entire conduct of the proceeding needs to be conducted with the fact that this is the President of the United States and the Office of Chief Executive in mind. And it specifically says that the President can challenge these subpoenas as an attempt to influence the performance of his duties. That would violate the Supremacy Clause. And so, you know, you don't have absolute immunity from a subpoena, but we're not going to allow witch hunts for partisan political gain against a sitting president or a presidential candidate.
Exactly.
And I think the court made clear on that. So I don't think this is a win for Vance at all. The Second Circuit decision was affirmed, and that just means the president doesn't have absolute immunity. But the things that are handed to him are more than enough to forestall having imposed.
Got it. So I want to move on to John Durham, because there are so many people waiting for the results of his investigation. But Fox News is reporting exclusively that Durham does not want this to be viewed politically, and the closer it gets to November, Durham could punt it until after the election. So if this report is delayed until after the election, it's never going to see the light of day. We might not ever know what was really done to the president or what nefarious efforts were undertaken at the FBI and beyond.
Well, first of all, we don't know that there's going to be a report. He's not a report. He's not a special counsel. He may just tell the story in any indictments that get issued. I would also say there's a considerable amount of time between an election, if the president loses, and the following term. But listen, I have a lot of faith in Durham. He's got a sterling reputation. And as Attorney General Barr said, there's really... First of all, Attorney General Barr said He doesn't think there's even going to be an investigation, a criminal investigation of former President Obama or President Biden. If you take those two out of the equation, as Barr said, who are we looking at that's going to be running for office? Nobody.
Right.
So I don't really, I'll believe it when I see it. I think Durham is being methodical. He doesn't want anyone to say that this is political on his part. And given his reputation, I don't think they will.
All right, John, really quickly, your reaction to the shocking decision by federal district judge Emmett Sullivan to refuse still to dismiss the case against Flynn. He's now asking the appeals court en banc to rule about whether to keep the Flynn case alive. John, real quick.
Did he not get the basic separation of powers thing? He doesn't get to bring motions to another court. He's not the party in the case. He doesn't get to appoint his own prosecutor. He's supposed to be the judge. I mean, this is just getting laughable. But I hope that the en banc circuit, D.C. circuit, will slap it down and slap the judge down too, rather than just the case.
If you could sanction the judge in this case, I would be all for that. And this is a travesty. We got to roll, guys. Thanks so much. And despite the fact that college-age students are extremely low risk, as the task force said yesterday, various leagues now have already started canceling their sports in the fall. Legendary former Notre Dame coach Lou Holtz is here next. Why canceling football is not just ignoring science, but could actually crush the American spirit. Stay there.